Welcome back to Indian Trace. Let me tell you what is in common about these points right here in this group. I found these, all of these, in the place I was today. Notchville 3 and Notchville 2. Went out to check and found virtually nothing. You see, it happens. Even though I've been able to locate and find some great Indian artifacts. And look at these pieces. We're going to do a little bit of a tour, a little bit of a museum. It's been well received by a lot of people who like to see them. This place, which is in what I call Site 3, you can find these types of artifacts, which is the reason why I went back. But sometimes when you go, you find virtually nothing. And the conditions, it seemed pretty good today. But I was out there searching for one thing, for knowledge, for experience and understanding of some of the outlying areas. And it's not that I searched the other areas and finished them. It's a big area. But it's just a matter, I have learned, of fate, destiny, if you will. Look at that piece. You don't ever know. And, all bets are off. And I was walking around out there and hadn't found a whole lot, and I knew how true it is. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, which this group proves. These all have their stories, but I remember the days. If I hadn't ventured, if I hadn't worked, nothing would have been gained, even when I found this Guilford or this point here in the same exact locations that I was. Great piece of rhyolite. Isn't it interesting? Look at these two pieces. Both of these are specifically rhyolite. When this was new, it was dark army green. When this was newly made, it was probably a dark chocolate, almost coffee brown. But they're both rhyolite, that's for sure. Look at the base on this. Worked around the bottom. Just great workmanship from Notchville 2 and Notchville 3. Solid stuff. Strawberry quartz. Morrow Mountain. Fine workmanship there. So I figured I would show and come home and just say, I didn't find anything there today, but I can easily just pull off my top shelf what I have found there and just share it and show it. Because I know a lot of the guys out there who are able to tune in and check this stuff out. Depending on how you pursue artifacts and how you study them, you get different things out of them. I mean, you see different things when you read them. Some of you see dispensations, you see time periods, you see similarities or differences. Look at this piece, one of the very first arrowheads that I found in Notchville 2. 3 years ago, probably. 2 years ago. Same with this. And then these two. Just great workmanship out there. But I think sometimes when people see artifacts being found and what have you, whether it's Richard's Rock House or Flint's Ball or Nomadic Adventures. No, that's not even the name of it. Anyway, when we see videos, people finding, sometimes we assume, well, they just found boatloads. They find all the time. Well, nah. You and me who hunt, who go out there and work and venture, we know it's different. I mean, on a day, I remember the days here. These two right here, on the days that I found these two. Differently, respectively, different days, different years. That day, that's the only thing I found. And the time I went out here, pretty much the only thing I found. It happens that way. Oh my goodness, it happens that way. Look at this Guilford straight base. Nice rhyolite point. Patina's the light green. And to finish, fairly recent find right here in quartz. Great style, love the style right here. Notchville 2. But simple, short. The interest link if you will, the political interest link, is a fantastic interview with Steven Seagal. He's come and decided he would sit down with journalists that we know and just talk about what's been going on lately, politically and that sort of thing. I mean, profound interview. Well worth hearing. Many of you know who Steven Seagal is. Number one, bottom line, he's a patriot, cares about this nation and his family, his loved ones, which is really what it's all about. So I encourage you to check it out. Great look here at what's available and how they relate to one another, because all of these that we're looking at come from one and the same site, same land area, completely different peoples for the most part, separated not by just thousands of years, not by just hundreds of years, but by thousands of years. Appreciate you tuning into Indian Trace. Hope you find out there. And that'll keep you coming back. If you find pieces like that and you know that they're in the ground, you're going to go back there and you're going to be successful again and again. Be well.